we're going to take some notes on Section 5 of Chapter 8, Dilations. So go ahead and copy this into your notebook. If you need to, you're going to pause the video, and then you can hit play when you're ready to move on. If you have questions, write them down on the side. I don't expect you to know and understand this completely, but to just have a basic understanding so that tomorrow during class, we can practice some dilations. So, dilation, a transformation in which the figure and its images are similar, but they're not the same. The ratio are similar and correspond to a scale factor. So it's kind of like scale factors. You do not need to copy down the picture, but copy down the words, the definition of a dilation. If you need to pause the video. When you're ready to move on, move on. Okay, so I need to, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, I'm going backwards. So find the image of ABC after a dilation with center A and a scale factor of 3. So if I have this triangle, so go ahead and copy this into your notes. Copy down my picture. So if I have this triangle with a side of 3 and a side of 2, now I want to increase it by a scale factor of 3. So I'm just going to multiply each side times 3. So 2 times 3 would give me 6. 3 times 3 would give me 9. And then I just connect the last side. So there's my scale factor and my dilation that I've increased it 3 times. Okay, so now you're going to try one on your own. So you are going to draw this in your notebook. So you're going to find an image of DEF. So you're going to make this graph, and then you're going to dilate it with a center of D. So that means that D will stay there, and E and F will be at different locations. So go ahead and try that in your notebook, and then you should see a text box on the right. So on the text box on the right, you're going to give me the new coordinates for E. Oops, I should only have one tick, right? And the new coordinate for F. And then I should see those in your notebook. You'll probably need to pause the video, and when you're ready to move on, go ahead and move on. Okay, so you're going to check your answer. So if you notice, I have my first triangle. I don't know if you can see it. It's the blue one. So this was probably D, right? So negative 2 and 2, yes. E was 1 and negative 1. So this was F. So my new coordinates for E and F, gosh, what should they be? So E looks like it should be, oh gosh, what is that? 4 and 4? So positive 4, negative 4, and F should be negative 2 and negative 4? Gosh, I don't know. Let's check that. See what you have, see what I have, and then let's compare our answers tomorrow during class. You're probably going to need to pause the video to write all this down. So, example 2, graphing dilation images. To find the vertices, which we just kind of practiced, of the image made for this book, you're going to multiply x and y coordinates by the scale factor. So you're going to find the image of quadrilateral KLMN after a dilation with a scale factor of 1/2. So if I decrease it by half, notice what happens to my scale factors. Now look at L. You can't do anything with 0. So go ahead and copy that down into your notebook. When you're ready to move on, go ahead and move on. Okay, so now you're going to try this on your own. So you're going to write all this down in your notebook. And you're going to have a scale factor of 4/3. So I want you to find the coordinates of the image after a dilation, but I'd like you also to graph it to see what it looks like. So go ahead and do that. You probably need to pause the video. You should see a text box on the right for your answers. All right, here are my answers. You can see my graph on the right. You see my answers down below. If you don't know how I got those answers, go ahead and write down a question. If I have something different from what you have, go ahead and write down a question. Okay, now we're going to decide with things in enlargement or reduction. So triangle. So write this all down and copy down the picture, so you'll need to pause the video. Triangle PQR shows the outline of a playing field. A city planner dilates the design to make an area available for a skateboard park. Find the scale factor. Is it an enlargement or a reduction, and how do you know? Okay, so we're copying that down. All right, so we want the image over the original, okay? So, and remember, you know the original doesn't have any of the tick marks on it, and you know the enlargement does. So we're going to put the image over the original, which becomes 6 over 4. How did I get the 6? So Q prime is now this entire line. That's how I got 6. Okay, so make sure you understand that. So 6 over 4, or 1.5 enlargement. The number is greater than 1, therefore it's an enlargement. Okay, so these are just looking at their ratios. So copy that down into your notebook. If you need to pause the video, pause the video. Okay, now you're going to try one on your own. So copy down the picture and the words, and if you need to, there's a same copy in your textbook on page 278. So the blue figure shows the outline of a yard. The black figure is the doghouse. The blue figure is a dilation of the black image. So you know the black is your original. The blue is the dilation. You're going to find the scale factor. Is this an enlargement or a reduction? And what evidence do you have? How do you know? Yeah, we can look and see it's bigger. So what numbers do you have to prove that? So you should see a text box on the right. So you should write your answer in there, but I should see some math in your notebook. All right, check your answer. Okay, if you have a question about the answer, please write that in your notebook so we can look at that and talk about that. Okay, that was it for the notes. I will see you all tomorrow.